Thank you for tuning in. Today's topic is the pyramid and the Sphinx in Giza, Egypt. How old is the Sphinx? That's the question. How old is the Sphinx? And one of the mysterious things that I'm intrigued with, the Sphinx is about 4,520 years old. 4,520 years old. So somewhere about. And how do they find the age of a massive structure such as that? They use carbon dating. There's a way you can test certain soils, elements that will produce a roundabout age of a certain structure. Now, if we look at the Sphinx, is that it's 4,500 years old, then the pyramid has to be somewhere around that age as well. But my question is, what advanced mathematics that they have using to build such structures that far back when certain machinery, tools, things that was necessary for you to construct a massive structure, but also a structure that will withstand time within all the elements that it's going to encounter, which is rain, heat, wind, water, erosion, landsliding, all these things that we see in modern days, but these are structures that were built thousands of years ago that we can all see today. Those are one of the things that intrigues me, but also some of the pyramids that were built, which is called true north, which is a certain point on the earth axis that deals with the stars above. Now, for a structure to be such as that, and precise building of a structure such as that, and the sophistication of its chambers, makes me question our intelligence. One has to believe that there is definitely an act of God that took place for the vision of such structure. Now, there are people who are going to be atheists or agnostics that's going to depict or pick apart what my stance is, and I'm not there to argue with them. It's, I have no time to explain to those people who does not believe, but you definitely can understand where I'm coming from based off of these colossal building structures. I want you to just put on your thinking cap for just a second. Put on your thinking cap for a second. And I'm not trying to get you to believe whether there is a God or not a God. I was speaking to someone who was agnostic, and he or she had told me that she believes in science, and she went on to say that she was a biology major. And my question is, you're a biology major. So didn't ask, but the question is, the furthest you went through school, you received an associate's degree, and that's a great accomplishment, receiving your associate's degree. But as a biology major, there are further studies that could enhance your knowledge on certain things that science cannot explain. And I went on to say to her or him, the birth of a human requires a gestation period in the womb of a certain amount of time. In between 7 to 9 months, there are people who have babies at 7 months, maybe earlier, but 7 months, 7 to 9 months, or even longer. And at 7 months, a baby would be premature, possibly, based off of the fact that more months is required for the full term of 9 months gestation period. Some are a little bit at 9 months, some are a little longer, but in between 7 and 9 months. And if we're looking at science, you say for whatever for subject's sake, say okay, well there's science that produced the first human, but what about the elements of the earth, which our topic is in regards to the things: water from rain, the heat from the desert, and the elements around you. Okay, but also with humans, there must be some type of consumption. Someone needs to feed that person for nutrition sake and to produce a healthy environment for that infant that's now on the earth, based off of science sakes. Who's there to protect them? Who's there to feed them? Who's there to shelter them? So are we saying that just out of nowhere there's a baby that's just on the ground rolling around and just happened to grow? Now they're 10 days on this earth and there's no one to assist them with hunting food, feeding them, providing them water. There's a certain amount of time or days that a human can go without water, and then dehydration sets in. Now, once dehydration sets in and lack of nutrition is there, now they become lethargic. Illness and sickness begin to happen. Bodies start to decay. Muscles start to be atrophy because there's no protein that's in this body. So we now say that for a person to withstand all these elements, there's a point of intelligence have to be placed upon that first man that was placed on earth by God. Now, I'm not teaching religion, I'm just teaching some facts, right? Facts. Now, if you believe in evolution, then that's your business. But I don't. Evolution is another theory that monkeys or primates or human Uranus or whatever you want to call them, who cares? Homo erectus, Homo unerectus, whatever you want to call them, as they evolve based off the elements around them. But what about the intelligence factor? And then that a person that believes in being agnostics is they just adapt with the things that they need over time. But also we gotta also understand that there has been a great flood on Earth. We can attest that the dinosaurs that evolved into certain animals were extinct, and you still have dinosaur fossil fuels that's underneath the earth, and bones are being excavated deep in the earth in certain parts of the world. There are certain parts of the world where it's below freezing, where people are going on expeditions and discovering woolly mammoths and the mountainside frozen for thousands of years because those territories were not explored. Now that they're exploring, they've found certain animals. Back to our theory about the Sphinx and the pyramids in Giza and the intellectual mindset at the time had to be something of God doing. If you're an open thinker and you want to challenge certain theories or open up your eyes to certain things, I want you to take part in the manifestations link down below and just hear some philosophies on certain things that you have no clue about. I want to thank you for tuning in, and there's some very interesting links in the description box that will you can pique your interest. But also, I would like to hear some feedback from those who are open thinkers, and tell me what your thoughts in regards of how did the pyramids come about? How were the knowledge of the people who built the chambers inside of the pyramids? Because the pyramids is not just a structure. That pyramid is actually for its pharaoh that was supposed to be put into this time capsule. And then also you have a lot of gold that was formed as burials, but also there was some science back in the ancient times where mummification was a practice. How did that person understand and learn mummification and going into the afterlife and all those things that intrigues a person's mindset? These are some questions that the unknown, because of course if you look at modern medicine based off of ancient times, we're supposed to be well in advance, surpass these things, but they were practicing certain medical procedures in ancient times. So, as I said, this is intellectually a mind jerker. But thank you. Please leave your feedback in the description box below. If you're not a subscriber to our channel, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you for your viewership. Thank you.